Hey, thanks for watching this Proverbs Practical. This is Pastor Dan from Dexter Gospel Church, and today's passage looks back at the very origins of wisdom. We're in Proverbs 8, verses 22 through 26. It says, "The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, wherever the earth was. When there were no depths, I was brought forth, when there were no fountains abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth, while as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world." So this section of Proverbs is really interesting, and I think often a bit misunderstood and misapplied. If you were to read this completely apart from the context of where it's coming from, you might think that this is talking about Jesus, who, according to John, existed with the Father before the creation of the physical world. But we can't take passages in the Bible without their context. While this passage sounds a great deal like Jesus Christ, and may even be a reference to him as the eternal Word of creation, I think the main focus of the passage is upon wisdom. This is the same speaker in this passage when it says "I" that's been talking since verse 12, where it says, "I, wisdom, dwell with prudence." It hasn't changed. So instead of looking at this as an Old Testament confirmation of Jesus being eternally pre-existent, we should look at this as information about the origins of wisdom itself. Wisdom is not an artificial construct that comes from imposing patterns onto the randomness of nature and circumstances and events. That's what the world's wisdom is. The world assumes that wisdom is derived and emerges from physical creation. The world might even think that it can build upon that and have a wisdom that is new, a wisdom that's not only informed by but also shapes the course of physical creation. But this passage tells us that real wisdom has a source that predates the world, and real wisdom was built into the very nature and fabric of our world. Now, sure, that original wisdom has been warped and damaged by the fall and by the curse, but physical creation itself was constructed by the same author as spiritual wisdom. And so there will be common features to them, and his wisdom applies to his creation. As you understand his wisdom better, you'll understand his world better. As you apply his wisdom better, you'll work better with and in his world. This is why God is the ultimate source of wisdom. Wisdom was bound up in him as part of his nature before he ever even created the world. Going to nature, or the things of this world and creation for wisdom, is like going through a middleman. Sure, there are truths to be learned there. Proverbs says, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard." But those are mostly illustrations of the real truth that we can get directly from God through his word. Don't look to the world for understanding or to understand wisdom. Look to wisdom to understand the world. And look to God for that wisdom, because he's the origin of both. I hope this video is a help to you. If so, give it a like. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more comments from the Scriptures. We'd love to see you in the comments of these videos, and we'd love to see you in person here at Dexter Gospel Church. Until next time, I hope you stay well and go to the source of wisdom.